Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy The Real Weep, and we are back for another video. And today we will be looking at a theory for chapter 281 of Blue Lock, which will revolve around our boy Isagi and what I believe could be the next step in his development, which is EGOVISION. And yeah, you heard me correctly, that is EGOVISION. And I think we are on the verge of seeing Isagi evolve beyond MetaVision, and I'm here to break it down and discuss why this could happen. We only have a couple of chapters left before the volume ends. So I think he will evolve and learn EGOVISION, and it will help him win the current match against Bastard Moonshin. Now, let's cut to the theory. So, as the Neo Egoless League has progressed, we've seen Isagi develop his own understanding of ego, something beyond just raw skills or reading the field. He's been learning from all the players he's encountered, Kaiser, Baru, and Chigiri, and even Reen. Each of these players represent a different take on ego. Now, whether it's the protagonist feelings, freedom, restrictive egos, individualism, or a more holistic approach to the team, Isagi, being the genius that we know him to be, has started to incorporate all these different ego types into his metavision. He's learned how to analyze the field and the players on it, reading them not just as a physical entity but as egos that can be exploited. And guess what? I think he's done with that. While we're building towards the end of this game, here's the main point of my theory. It's the development of what I'm calling EGOVISION, which is basically the next step beyond MetaVision, which Isagi has already mastered. A system where he doesn't need to just read the field and predict plays, he reads the egos of the players and manipulates them to control the entire game. He would be a puppet master, pulling the strings of other players using their own egos like Reen and Kaiser's. If he can just use that against them, it would literally be so perfect for him. Imagine Isagi purposely triggering and controlling the flow states of other players. He could disrupt their flow states while maintaining control over his own, forcing his opponents to react to his tempo. Think about when Reen and Shido clashed, or how Isagi used Baru's ego to turn him into the villain during the U20 game. EGOVISION will be a way for Isagi to intentionally create these ego clashes on a regular basis, turning his opponent's strengths into weaknesses by playing with their emotions, desires, and self-perception. It would be almost like if he'd incorporate the irrationality of ego into the rationality of MetaVision. He wouldn't just see what's happening on the field, he would understand how to manipulate what's happening in the minds of his opponents. Now, I think we've been seeing hints of this all along. For example, during the second selection, Isagi mentioned that Shigiri was the only one who could survive the chemical reactions between him, Nagi, and Baru. That's Isagi identifying not just the physical compatibility, but the ego dynamics at play. Let's not forget this as well. Noel Noah himself also once said that Isagi's theories on ego remind him of Ego Jinpachi. That's right. That right there tells you that Isagi's on the right track when it comes to understanding ego at a higher level. Isagi has been piecing together the building blocks of EGOVISION from the very beginning. I think we are on the verge of seeing Isagi take this next step. Remember how Isagi was the first one to move when Ego initially presented the idea of becoming an egoistic striker, or how he figured out the ideology behind the first, second, and third selections? You know, rebuilding football from zero, sparking chemical reaction, establishing dominance on the field. Those were all moments where Isagi showed us that he's just not following the rules of football, he's actively rewriting them, and EGOVISION is the next logical step in that process. Isagi's metavision right now is already impressive, but we've seen the limitations. Look at his matchup against Kaiser right now. Kaiser's metavision is pure field mastery. He can predict and control the ideal plays, but he's not taking into account the emotional and psychological side of his opponents. That's where Isagi is starting to surpass him. Basically, he's just not mastering the field, he's beginning to master the players themselves. As we cut to EGOVISION versus MetaVision, think of it like this. If MetaVision is a 4-dimensional view that allows you to see the entire field and all the weaknesses of the ideal plays of the players, EGOVISION would be a 5th-dimensional view. It's capable of getting inside the heads of players and manipulating their very egos. That's why I think EGOVISION will be able to beat and surpass MetaVision, what the two-gun volley is to the right lefty direct shot. It's an evolution, a new, more powerful dimension of Isagi's playstyle, which will incorporate both the rational and the irrational. I don't think Isagi will fully master EGOVISION right away, but we will see glimpses of we'll see glimpses of it in the next chapter or maybe the chapter after. He's been dipping into this concept in his battles with Rain Kaiser and even against players like Nico and Ikomiya. He's starting to figure out that there's more to football than just tactics and predicting what the players are going to do. It's about controlling how other people feel on the field and how they react and how their egos shape up in the game. So, to conclude all of this, yeah, EGOVISION is going to be Isagi's next big power up, and mark my words, if Metavision lets him see the field and make the best decisions, EGOVISION will let him manipulate the players themselves, creating a whole new level of control over the game. And with everything we've seen so far, I really think Blue Lock has been building towards this entire time. Isagi's growth has always been about more than just his physical abilities. It's about his understanding of the psychological of football, how egos clash, and how those clashes can shape the outcome of a match. EGOVISION is the ultimate accumulation of that understanding. But hey, this is just my theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree that EGOVISION is the next step in Isagi's evolution, or do you have a different take on the, do you have a different take on this theory? Do you think he's gonna get something other than EGOVISION? Do you think he's gonna master at something else? How his skills will develop in another way? Just let me know. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss any more Blue Lock content and any other of my videos in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.